How should Richmond County be led on the municipal level? Should there be a continuation of the Warden system that's currently in place? Or should Richmond residents have the opportunity to elect a mayor at large that would be separate from the 5 current council districts? That's a question that Richmond County municipal officials and residents have been batting around for the past 5 years. And at last week's regular monthly meeting of Richmond Council, it seemed that the question was going to take a step forward, and we could soon have an answer to it in the coming days. We'll tell you a little more about that in just a moment, but first, here's a bit of background for you. The concept of a mayor at large for Richmond County first took hold in 2015. At the time, the Nova Scotia Utility and Review Board was holding hearings in Richmond County to determine whether the number of council districts should drop from the present 10 down to 7 or 5. During that period, 4 Richmond municipal councillors and several county residents floated the concept that Richmond should consider going to an elected mayor-at-large system as opposed to a warden system that had been in place for several decades. The governance issue finally came to a formal vote at the January 2016 meeting of Richmond Municipal Council. At the time, there were still 10 councillors serving for the county, and a majority of them voted to send the request to the Nova Scotia Utility and Review Board to be able to make the switch from a warden system to a mayor system in time for the October 2016 municipal elections. However, despite this vote in favour, it came a month late for the Nova Scotia Utility and Review Board to be able to accept it, and so the warden system continued into the October 2016 municipal elections, with Brian Marchand emerging as the new warden following the elections. The new council embarked on a strategic planning exercise for Richmond County, and part of that strategic planning process was a survey conducted among county residents to determine whether they would prefer a mayor or a warden governing them. The wide majority of those that took part in this survey decided they would prefer to have a mayoral system as opposed to the continuation of the warden system. So in 2019, the county tried to decide whether it should hold further public consultation to augment the approximately 300 people that had filled in this survey in the hopes of getting a greater sample and a more significant result. However, in September of 2019, council narrowly voted 3-2 with Warden Brian Marchand casting the deciding vote against a motion that would have seen $3,500 spent on public consultations during the fall to determine once and for all whether Richmond residents were solidly behind the mayor option or whether they wanted to keep the warden system. The issue lay silent for another few months until last month's regular council session held by Zoom. CAO Don Marchand updated council on discussions that he had had with the Department of Municipal Affairs as well as Elections Nova Scotia on the concept that residents might be able to choose between a mayor or a warden system for the 2024 elections when they voted in a special ballot that would be included with their municipal election ballot this coming fall. Here's how CAO Marchand described his conversations with Municipal Affairs Representative Ross McDonald.
And he referred me to a section in the Municipal Government Act that dealt with the municipality's ability to hold a plebiscite. He did say that it's a question I should pose to the provincial elections official, Sandy Hudson. So once he told me that, he also told me that Sandy Hudson was going to be out for 2 weeks. So he's going to be returning back the first week of June, which is next week. So I didn't want to send him an email now in light of the fact that he may have not responded or overlooked it. So I do plan on sending him an email later on this week or early next week to find out if there's any process that we can follow to include such a question on the ballot. I mean, there is no option that I know of aside from creating a new ballot itself, which obviously would create some expense to create that ballot, and I don't know how it would work with the returning officer and the poll clerks and everybody that would be involved in the election to hold. Would there be an extra fee, or I'm not really sure how he's going to respond to me. So, I mean, I could wait until Sandy does get back from, I believe he must be on vacation of some sort, and I can pose him that question and find out what he has to say.
Following the Richmond CAO's comments, there was still some disagreement among Richmond councillors as to whether they should hold a separate plebiscite on the mayor-warden question, and whether or not Richmond Council had already gathered enough data to be able to put the issue to rest. However, Council agreed to await for the results of the conversation between their CAO and Elections Nova Scotia officials, which is expected to happen sometime this week, and could put the wheels in motion for residents to choose between a mayor or a warden system for Richmond County as early as this fall's municipal elections.